Our Green Report today is brought to you by SolarWorld.com. They supply solar panels to homes and businesses. And in that context, let's talk about something green. Leila Conners is with us. She is the president and founder of Tree Media Group, a writer, director, producer of a new movie out called Urban Roots. UrbanRootsAmerica.com is the website. And this is a remarkable piece of filmmaking. First of all, Leila, welcome back to the program. You helped make The 11th Hour, Leonardo DiCaprio's movie, and it was brilliant. You've done a lot of brilliant work, and I so honor you. Thank you for joining us today.
Oh, well, thank you, Tom, because you were in that wonderful movie, The 11th Hour, and thank you for participating in that. In fact, your book, The Last Hours of Ancient Sunlight, inspired us to make The 11th Hour, so... You know, we all work together to get the message out. So I'm glad to be back. And
so let's talk about this message.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I was blown away by this movie. I was born in Michigan. I grew up in Lansing. Louise and I lived in Detroit for a year while she was pregnant with our oldest. I had to get a job, an actual real job. One of the few times I've actually worked for anybody in my life, so I could get health insurance. And I was an engineer at RCA in Detroit. And every weekend we also were in downtown Detroit. So I know the city quite well. And the population is apparently, according to your movie, gone from over 2 million to under 1 million. And there's an enormous amount of empty space. And tell us how it's being used.
Well, what happened was, and what's fascinating about the loss of population in Detroit is that the census came out recently, and it's actually worse than they thought. It's around 713,000 people live in Detroit.
Wow.
And the interesting thing was the director of the film, I'm a producer of the film and a collaborator, the director, who's a Detroit native, Mark McInnes, came to us with footage of these people who were farming in what we call a food desert. And it looked like rural America. It did not look like downtown Detroit. And when I saw the footage, having come off The 11th Hour, I said, this is an incredible second film to make because it talks about a solution to post-industrial collapse of a city, essentially. And Detroit, as you said, when you lose all those people, there's all this empty land, and there's an interesting debate over what to do with that land and how to manage a city that's lost more than half of its population. And our film, Urban Roots, talks about how to do that in the sense of some of the people in Detroit are taking back the land by farming it.
Leila, you used a phrase that I had never heard before, and I heard explained when I watched this movie. We're talking about the movie Urban Roots. And it's food desert. You said food desert.
Yes.
You want to give us the definition of that?
Sure. Food desert is basically an area where someone could live where there's no easy access to food. Now, in the case of Detroit, there are liquor stores and gas stations where you can go buy food in the sense like, yes, you can probably buy an apple or some freeze-dried food or maybe even a hot dog or something. But in many cases in America, there are places where people have to drive many, many minutes, maybe half an hour or more, to go to a healthy store where you can get, food, organic food. Maybe organic food, maybe just regular grocery store.
And this assumes that they have a car.
This does assume that they have a car. So many people in the case of Detroit live in an area where they cannot go to a grocery store.
Right.
So the response was urban farming, which I think is an incredible response to such a challenge.
Right, and it's really quite extraordinary. And not only that, not only is the food locally grown, and I told you, I grew up in Michigan. I lived there until '78, and I was in my 20s, and. But people think of it as winter, but it has a good, healthy growing season. It's got great soil, and it's really. It used to be when I was a kid, it was mostly all farms. Farms and forest was Michigan.
Right, and what's interesting, is that the farmers are learning how to farm in winter too. They are making greenhouses, which can weather that to fill that gap. And they're also reclaiming the soil, which was damaged by, sometimes lead in the paint from the housing or pollution, heavy metals falling from the sky. they're taking these tracts of land and actually rehabilitating the soil by planting things like sunflowers or Christmas trees or things like that until the soil is clean enough to produce food.
And the other thing I thought was amazing is that they're growing food, by and large, organically, not because they're hippy-dippy organic food lovers, but because it actually produces more food on less land more rapidly, and it's healthier.
Exactly, and cheaper.
And cheaper,
Some
yeah.
cases.
Thank you. Yes. So tell us about the movie. We're talking with Leila Conners, the president and founder of Tree Media Group, writer, producer, director. She produced this movie, Urban Roots. We have just a minute left here. How can people find out, other than going to urbanrootsamerica.com? How can they watch this movie? What's the rollout of it? What's the story here?
Well, right now it's in theaters in many cities around the country thanks to Whole Foods Do Something Real Festival. Whole Foods is putting our film in theaters in over 70 cities. So through the month of Earth Month, April and May, you can check our website and you'll see where it's playing. You can also buy a DVD, and we will have it available for download. We're also, because we're trying to do this independently, and thanks to Whole Foods, we're getting a great start with getting in theaters.
That's great.
As well as also screenings. We can help you host a screening in your town. And the last thing I'd like to say is much of the proceeds of the film is going to go to put farms and schools in inner cities around the country.
Oh, that's marvelous.
So it's a win-win,
marvelous.
we think.
Yeah. And what a novel idea, feeding human beings.
Yes, with healthy food.
It's feeding them something other than Twinkies and 3-day-old hot dogs in a gas station. It is
creating community and creating a sense of self-reliance at the same time, which I think is a huge message.
And perhaps even more important, hopefully this will spread to other places all around the world.
Absolutely, and it is.
And it is. Okay. Leila Conners, the urbanrootsamerica.com. Do I have that right as the website?
Yep. Thank you very much for that.
Check it out. Leila, thanks so much for dropping by today. Great talking with you. Great seeing you again.
Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.